Hi guys, how are you? And welcome back to a yoga video. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a different one. As you can see with my hand injury, I will probably be demoing, but this is going to be a wrist and finger free flow. So let's start off by giving ourselves some nice shoulder rolls back and forth. And we are just going to stay with our breath back and forth, nice and easy. And then staying in our seated position, going to take a few deep breaths through the nose and exhale right through the nose. Just feeling the difference between that inhale and how different it is to that exhale. Our inhale is cold and our exhale is hot, full of moisture. And just keep breathing. Staying with that breath, we're going to take an inhale in and we're gently going to raise our hands to the sky. Join them and look up. Holding it and exhaling, we're gently going to bring the hands back down to our side. And slowly with the next inhale, we're going to go to the right and stretch the left hand over us. Nice side stretch. And taking a breath. And then exhaling. Inhaling, opposite side. I'm looking at our new puppy in the corner and he's going to attack me any minute now. Coming back, going to give our wrists a nice and gentle twist clockwise and anti-clockwise before coming up to a dolphin pose. And from our dolphin pose, we're going to come into a child pose. And I want you to go a little bit deeper with this child's pose. I need you to go into a puppy pose. And you can use your yoga block to put your forearms onto that block. Have a deeper stretch in that shoulder, opening the chest. This pose is actually excellent for getting ready for a wheel pose. Opening that chest, the knees directly just below our hips. And then our next breath in, we're going to push ourselves up, take that block from underneath us, and gently get standing to the front of our mat into mountain. Now that we have warmed up with our stretches, we're going to inhale, lift our left leg up, hands into the air, holding it, taking a breath, pointing the toes if you wish, and exhaling, bringing the hand to prayer, slowly forward folding, straight or bent knees. Holding it here. Inhaling, we are going to gently pop down. Instead of chaturangaing, we are going to come into a plank on our elbows. And taking a breath here, just holding that plank. We're not using our wrists, remember. Exhaling, pushing ourselves into a dolphin. And taking a few breaths here. Now, this is one pose where you pedal out just like downward dog, and this is a little bit trickier. If your hamstrings are tighter, then I suggest going into downward dog in this pose, as dolphin is going to be a little bit harder for you to put your heels on the mat. But if you want to join me, just pedal out those feet. This pose also works your shoulders a little bit better than down dog. Inhaling, taking the right leg up into a three-legged dolphin. Creating a nice pyramid with our body. Taking breaths, and you can move onto your tiptoes and gently down to open up that hamstring. Working the glute as well. Slowly with control, bringing that left knee down on the mat, keeping the right leg into the air, coming into a lowered knee variation of a three-legged dolphin, still on our elbows, and just breathe here with me. Hold that leg into the air, breathing. Good job. And on our next breath in, bending that straightened knee, we're going to gently come up and bring that right leg forward, coming into our low crescent lunge. Inhaling, bringing the hands back, looking towards the hands. Nice and gentle stretch in our left hip, opening it up. Right knee just above our right ankle, and breathing. And inhaling, we're going to bring those hands, swoop up, and exhale, bringing the hands together and interlock them if your fingers are better than mine. Opening the chest. Amazing. Exhaling, coming into warrior two, looking towards that index finger, the fingertip. Breathing here, really sinking into the mat and stabilizing ourselves. And your next breath, come a little bit closer if you wish, and bring that right elbow to that right knee, left hand into the air or behind you to open up that left shoulder, whichever one you're comfortable with. You can also use your block if you want. If your wrists are not at you, just bring that right hand all the way down. Left hand behind, looking past left shoulder. Taking one more deep breath, we're going to inhale, make our way up, and we're going to move that yoga block out of our path if it was there. Straighten our legs. We are going to come into a pyramid pose. So I want your front foot facing the front of the mat and your back foot at a 45-degree angle. Inhaling, we're going to bend down as far as you can go. Aim on keeping that front leg nice and straight as well as the back leg. Rounding from the hip, gently bringing the head over. Breathing here. And inhaling, slowly coming up, lifting the head, balancing on that right foot, bringing the left leg up, straightening it out. Using your block if you need to for this balancing pose. Coming up into a half moon. As I said, you can place your block just below your bottom hand. Hips rotated. Maintain your balance. Look at a spot. And slowly, with control, bring yourself up, hands into prayer, and come into a warrior three. Breathing here. Keep that balance, and if you wobble, that is fine. Just get back into the pose and do everything with control. You can come into a superhero or T pose, and then we're going to come out and release. And inhaling one more time. Let's begin. Stepping to the front of the mat. Inhale in Tandasana. Hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Holding it here and inhaling, half lift instead of our usual chaturanga, coming down to the elbows. We're going to come into my favorite, a plank on our forearms. So abdomen nice and tight, your glutes active. Tighten those shoulders. Breathe. Just breathe into that chest. Inhaling and exhaling, we're going to push ourselves into a dolphin. So just move your elbows a bit and your feet, making a nice pyramid shape with our body. Breathing here. This is our non-wrist equivalent to our down dog. And staying with the breath. Pedaling out the feet if you wish. Injuries really make you get creative with a flow, I have to say. Just breathing. This time slowly, we're going to bring that left leg into the air, coming into our three-legged dolphin. And here you can, as you breathe, come up and down on those tiptoes, working our calf muscle a bit. Inhaling and exhaling. And slowly with control, bringing that right knee onto the mat, keeping the left leg nice and straight in the air, coming into our dolphin on our knees with our leg extended, is what we're going to call this pose. And just breathing. Keep that leg up, nice and straight, slowly with control. Lengthening out the arms if you wish for a deeper stretch. Keep that leg up. I know it's hard, but just breathe. Let your breath do the work for you. And bending the knee, bringing it forward, popping ourselves up, and coming into our low crescent lunge. Left foot at the front, right knee on the mat. Taking a breath in, swooping the hands into the air, looking towards the palm, inhaling. Just staying with our breath here, hold that low crescent lunge. Nice stretch in our right hip this time, opening it up. Shoulder stretch. And as we inhale, bringing the hands down, grabbing our fingers if you wish for that chest opener, and slowly coming into our extended side lunge through the warrior two, grounding ourselves and preparing us for that balance pose. Taking a breath here before coming down onto that left elbow on our left knee, right hand into the air, or right hand behind your back, looking past the right shoulder in a nice twist. Breathing here. And slowly with our next inhale, if you wish, and if it is within your practice, coming onto the mat or onto the block, whichever one you like, for a deeper twisted side lunge, or side angle pose even. Bringing the right hand up, and you should put both hands down, except I can't really with my right hand, but popping ourselves up into a half moon pose, either on the block or without the support of the block, and using your fingertips instead. Slowly finding that balance, hips nice and open, chest open, gaze either to the ground or in front of you. Breathing here, finding that spot where your balance is just right and maintaining it. Our next inhale, slowly again with control, bringing the hands both to the mat, and with all the strength you have, coming into prayer, keeping that leg up and straight. Breathing here. Had to get rid of that bandage, it was driving me insane. Breathing here. Glutes nice and active, core nice and tight. Keep the balance. And slowly coming back to our standing mountain pose. Take a minute here for yourself before breathing in again. Hands into the air. Exhale. This time, we're going to come down onto our sit bones. We're going to bring that block and we're just going to place it behind us. Sitting down. Coming into Dandasana, so the legs nice and straight in front of us, our back is nice and straight, creating an L shape with the body. Take a breath here. Before inhaling, we're going to bring the hands up. Exhale. Try bring them to touch as far as you can reach, aiming for the end of our feet towards our toes. And with our next exhale, we're going to put the head down and folding from our hip, not from our lower back. Gently folding over the legs. And breathe here. Getting rid of any tension in those legs. Great way to relax our shoulders after the dolphin pose as well. Sink into it. Before exhaling, slowly coming back up into your Dandasana and gently moving the block from behind us. We're going to come back into tabletop and come into a side plank. Now you can put the block underneath your elbow for an extra little bit of a challenge, or just have no block and just have your elbows on the mat. Hold it here, breathing. Core nice and tight, and you can bring that top leg up if you'd like. And stay here with the breath. It is a little bit harder with the block underneath your hand as it creates more space for you to wobble, less surface area. And slowly release. Great job. Now, coming into mini cobra, catching our breath here. And now I think we're ready for the other side. So slowly coming back to tabletop. This time, left elbow on the block or the mat. Coming into our side plank. And breathing here. Core nice and tight. Bottom arm, bottom shoulder really working. Lifting the leg up for that challenge if you wish. Stay with the breath. And slowly, with control, don't just fall to the ground. Come back down onto the mat. Put the knees down on the mat. Great job. Now coming into a child's pose, stretching out those arms and shoulders. Really letting that tension we built up in those side planks out. Just let it dissolve into your ground, into the mat. Slowly pushing through a cat. Coming onto our elbows, almost like in a long tabletop, we're going to push into another plank. Slowly from our plank, lowering into our mini cobra. Staying here, catch our breath. And gently, we're going to go all the way down to the mat. Straightening out our hands. Straightening out the legs. Stomach flat on the mat. Take a breath here before coming up and lifting your legs and your arms off. Breathing in. Holding it. Keep breathing. Bring the hands in. One breath. Hold it. Exhale. Breath 2. Inhale. Bring the hands in. Exhale. Hands out. Legs still up. Inhale. Hands into the chest. Exhale. Hands out straight. Inhale, next to you. Exhale out to Superman. Inhale, bring him in. Exhale out to Superman. Inhale, bring them in. Legs still up, glutes working. Exhale out. Inhale, bring them in. And slowly lower to the ground. Inhaling, coming back onto our mini cobra, catching the breath again. Exhale, slowly push ourselves up. The knees onto the mat, elbows still touching the mat, coming into a child's pose. On our next breath in, slowly coming back through tabletop, coming onto our sit bones, sitting down. I have to edit that part out as Sheldon decided to attack me. Spreading the legs and coming into a nice seated stretch. So lifting the top right hand towards the right leg, swapping sides, breathing in, bring the left hand towards the left foot. Nice stretch. Try to keep your sit bones down and not hover like what I'm doing. Watching back on it, you notice your mistakes. And inhaling and exhaling. Wide-legged forward fold. Lower back nice and straight. Breathing into it. Hands aiming to touch the toes. As if someone was pushing down on us. Breathing in, feel free to move side to side. Just really let loose here. We're coming to the end of the flow. Take this pose as our cool down. Feel free to move freely. Loosen up your shoulders as we keep a lot of our tension there. Or simply just stay in that forward fold. And slowly sitting back. Coming into a reverse plank. Lowering down. Just before I truly get distracted, bring the head down. Feet against the mat. We're going to come into a bridge pose. Inhaling. Hands interlocked. Your fingers interlocked underneath you. And we're going to bring the right leg up, straighten it out and breathe, core nice and tight. Breathing here. Palms can be against the mat if you wish. Now you can keep that right leg straight or breathe in, bring it in towards the chest. Exhale, straighten it out. Breathe in, bring it in towards the chest. Exhale, straighten it out. Keep the hips off the mat. Bring it in towards the chest and exhale, straighten it out. Lower. Take a breath in. Hips are still up from the mat. Left leg in the air. Keep it nice and straight and breathe. Core nice and tight. Glutes nice and tight. Stay with the breath. Inhale, bring it in towards the chest. Exhale, straighten it out. Inhale, bringing it in towards our chest. And exhale, straighten it out. Inhale, bring it in towards the chest. And exhale, straighten it out. Inhale to the chest. And exhale, straighten it out. And gently lower the hips now, all the way to the mat. Rolling onto our side or staying, lying down if you wish. Coming into our seated position. We're going to close the flow by just taking a few deep breaths. Moving the neck side to side. Just letting go of any final tension. And I especially get it in my neck sometimes. Just whatever's feeling right for you, and stay with the breath. And just breathe here and stay as long as you'd like. But I'd like to thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one.